Sup, faggots? Today I got a battle against this guy called Alex, and I know what you're thinking, that's a sexy name, I give that guy respect right off the bat. So I lead with my Scarf Rachi, and he leads with a Glade. But he swaps right out to a Bronzong, predicting the pretty obvious Iron Head. And I'm using Scarf Rachi for a reason. I was talking to Be The Man on Skype a few days ago, and he said, in order to, you know, get more subscribers, you need to win and do well. So I was like, okay, and I roughly translated that as, I'm gonna haul like a faggot. So I lead with my Scarf Rachi, and all this shit happens, and he brings out a Zong, so I have to switch, because I'm locked into the Iron Tail. So I go to my Ape, and he tricks me a lagging tail, and I have a trick Zong, and that's gay. So I just go for an overheat anyway, and of course, when he swaps into Kingdra, that's gonna do sweet shit all. So it's going well in his favour right now. He's predicted me like quite a bit, and here I get a nice little play where I don't think he'll go for the water move because it's so obviously gonna die. So he goes for the yawn and I U-turn out, which is perfect as the yawn just gets wasted as I was slower. So lagging tail actually helped me in that instance as well, which is even more delicious. So then I go into my latias thinking it's gonna be faster than his Kingdra and it will just destroy it. But I know he's got a Zong, and I think the Draco move was pretty obvious, so I go for a Thunderbolt. I usually go for Surf in those situations, but there was no point, because if he didn't switch out, then Kingdra would have monstered that. So he does go into his Zong, and it does quite a lot, but it's not a 2-hit KO. Oh, I get the Power Hacks as well, that's pretty gay. But Bronzong's slow as shit, and I don't think he gets hacked over by it. So I swap out now, because I don't want him to blow up or hypnosis me or anything like that. So I go to my Ape again, just because he's pretty useless with half speed, and he gets rocks up. So I'm just going to go for the overheat again, just don't over predict. He might, hopefully stay in, but he just blows up in my face, and I'm happy for that, because without Bronzong, there are not many things going to be resisting Rachi's Iron Head and Latias' Draco Meteor, so I can start ripping some dick. So that baby goes down, so does his, so it's 1-1 at the moment. So he goes into his Electivire, yeah, and I just go into my Rachi, because I think if you've ever got a switch where like you both have to bring one out, it's always good to bring the fastest thing you can. But my Iron Head's not going to do much to this guy, so I U-turn out. And of course he's weak as shit, so that U-turn will actually do like 40% sort of thing. And I predict the Earthquake here, like, the genius I am, the child protege as it were. I'm going to my Latias. So the Earthquake misses, which is good, and he's either going to be slower than me or Scarf, so I've got a free Draco Meteor on anything that comes in, and he brings in his Glade. And that Glade gets pretty rinsed by the Draco Meteor. It does not like that. So Latias is pulling a Jeffrey Leonard at the moment, raping some shit, some little children as it were. And then he gets off Shadow Sneak because it just lives, and I'm just going to finish it with a Draco Meteor again. I saw this missing, but I didn't actually really get hexed over much this game, which was quite the treat for me, if I'm honest. Oh, he even dies to Life Orb. That was gay. I could have switched. Okay, so then he brings out his Haunch Crow, and that's probably got Sucker Punch, so I'm getting the fuck out there. And Draco Meteor is not doing much at the moment. So I go to my Zapdos, because I think this thing's can carry either Dark or Fighting moves, maybe Brave Bird as well. So I can wall that pretty well. And he goes for a sub, which I've never seen a sub in Haunch Crow. I don't have much experience with Haunch Crow, to be honest. So I just go for a T-Bolt here, just because it's super effective and stab and junk. And he gets a Sucker Punch off, and it does quite a lot actually. I was quite surprised, since this is my wall Zapdos. This isn't actually the Zapdos I made for this team. I made one similar that had Hidden Power Grass instead of Raw, but I actually gave that a Lonely Nature, which is minus a defense plus attack, so because I'm retarded I couldn't use that, and so I just have to make do with this one for now. And he swaps into his Kingdra, maybe thinking he could take a Thunderbolt pretty well, but it hits him pretty hard, and is gonna be a 2-hit KO, I think. Yeah, it is. So I'm thinking I'm faster, and it's going to be an easy 2-hit KO on Kingdra. So I just go for it again, and I think he baited that quite nicely and went into an electivire, so he gets his motor drive. And that worried me a little bit, because if this is like an expert belt Evire, that could dick on me quite easily. So I think I'm a physical Zapdos, I can live an Ice Punch. I'll live an Ice Punch and I'll roar it away. It'll be fine, everything's going to be okay. But he gets a crit, and I think that Mad didn't kill him the Zapdos, but it didn't have too big a effect on the outcome of this game. So I'm thinking he's constantly got that much to hit my Bronzong, or so he thinks, because I'm actually a heat-proof Zong. So Earthquake would rinse me, but no one ever Earthquakes a Bronzong just because they don't want to risk wasting a turn. Wow, and I fucked the camera up there again. Wow, that was bad. So I go for an Earthquake, and he brings the Kingdra in. And that's going to be a 2-hit KO with Earthquake. And I was thinking, shall I Hypnosis here, because good and stuff. But I don't actually think I predict it, and I go for the Earthquake. Oh, he goes Rain Dance, and I do actually, if I remember correctly. Oh, look at that, beautiful, good stuff. I'm a god. Not trying to be, you know, arrogant or anything, but I'm a fucking god. So he gets a Rain Dance up, but that's pretty useless with his Kingdra asleep. So I don't know what's going to happen now, so I just go for some rocks. And it's a pretty late game, but the rocks actually do end up helping out, so it worked out well. And I have absolutely nothing to hit this Gengar. I've got Hypnosis, Stealth Rock, Explosion, Earthquake. So I'm completely and utterly walled by this thing. So I leave, go into my Rachi, thinking it'll be okay. And this is actually a Will-O-Wisping Gengar. And that leads me to believe that it's not Scarfed, which is quite important later on in the game. So I'm just going to go for the Iron Head anyway, because Gengar is weak, so it should do a lot, and I want to see what else is carrying. I haven't got a lot of things on my team that can like handle that Gengar. So he goes into the Evire, and that takes some rocks damage and some Iron Head, and that's why like the rocks were useful, because I end up just wearing this Evire down mostly. So I'm thinking Rachi's useless now. Evire's going to hit me with anything, so I'll just stay in. And I don't want him to predict like going to latias and stuff and him Ice Punching. And that was one of the better plays of my lifetime, as he actually does go into Ice Punch. Goes for an Ice Punch, sorry. And that would have fucked me up. And he gets a crit there, but that didn't matter at all, really. So I'm thinking the Evire's going to die in this next Iron Head, but he swaps out as well. Back into his Kingdra, and that takes more rocks damage, and an Iron Head's probably not even going to 2-hit K after this. But I'm thinking, I brought a Gyarados, it's time to set up. I want to win this game. I know setting up's gay as shit, but I'm going to do it anyway, because I am gay as shit. In a manly kind of way, though. You know how it is. So yeah, I swap into Gyarados, and I'm on Smogony checking Gengar's speed, and I can't outspeed a Gengar with 1, probably, because I was at 2, 3, 4 speed, so that put me at like 340 something, which would not outspeed a Gengar. So I think I need at least 2, and if that Gengar's Scarfed, I'm still going to be slower than it. So I'm hoping it's not Scarfed, because I see the Will-O-Wisp, so I'm just going to go Dragonlance up. I don't think this Kingdra can hit me, even if it does wake up. But it actually gets a fairly long sleep, which is quite unfortunate for this guy. So yeah, get his first Dragonlance up. I would have stopped there, I really did think about it, but I decided I'll go for the other one just in case, risk it. And I get that off as well. And he stays asleep, which is wonderful. So now I'm even up full health because of lefties basically, and I'm just going to Earthquake this guy. And plus 2 Earthquake will dig all up and down that Kingdra. So I'm looking pretty good now. He's got a Horned Crow, an Electivire, and a Gengar, and I can outspeed all those, and I'm pretty sure I can 1-hit KO him as well. So Gengar comes in now, I think. Prediction. And I go for a Waterfall, and that will kill. I'm just praying to God he's not Scarfed, like with some kind of retarded Will-O-Wisp Scarf set, but he isn't. And I get the Waterfall off, and that'll die, because Gengar is known for his pathetic defenses. And I get a crit there actually, but I'm fairly sure that one didn't matter. I'm trying not to sound like Nacho there, but I'm pretty sure that one didn't matter. And here I have Stone Edge, but I'm so scared of it missing because of my Haxy life. So I just go for the Waterfall thinking that'll probably KO it anyway. And it does. So I'm sorry I swept at the end here, I don't like doing that because it just makes the game no fun, but It wasn't too bad. Like, the sleeper doesn't really count, and then... So there's only really 2 Pokemon I swept. And he's got his Evi now, and that is going to die to rocks as it comes in. So, good game, Alex. Badass name. And I actually won a game. Praise the heavens. It only took like 6 meta OU whores. Because I'm good! Yep, ciao.